Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 23rd, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 682 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Bodycam footage shows police beating black man for littering. Newsmax host, did Fox cancel Dobbs to cover up Murdoch ties to China? Trump administration thought they'd be memorialized in statues for doing such a great job negotiating with China. Washington state enters fourth COVID-19 surge, says governor. Biden, this will be decisive decade for tackling climate change. California goes from worst to first in virus infections. You want to see a temper tantrum? Arizona Republican sides with Democrats, blocks voting bill. Chernobyl radiation damage not passed to children. Inbound I-290 lanes closed near 25th Avenue after shooting. Top Trump ally Lindsey Graham praises Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema for refusing to abolish the filibuster. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Kamala Harris trip to New Hampshire sparks 2024 White House speculation, Fox News. iPhone 12 in purple hands-on, should you buy it or wait for iPhone 13, CNET. Missing Indonesian submarine, rescuers find unidentified object as oxygen runs low, The Guardian. Bitcoin sinks as U.S. capital gains tax proposal injects fear into crypto market, Daily FX. Trump slams LeBron James for racist rants after Ohio cop tweet, New York Post. Oregon woman develops rare blood clot, dies after receiving Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine, KTVZ. Shock G dies, digital underground Humpty Dance rapper who also produced early Tupac records was 57, Deadline. China's best-selling, GM-backed electric car brand launches a mini convertible, CNBC. NASA, SpaceX to launch Crew 2 mission after weather delay, Fox News. Perseverance rover made breathable oxygen on Mars, Gult. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. We are not a match, alleged Capitol rioter rejected on dating app, then busted. Intelligence director says climate change will be center of U.S. foreign policy. Gender reveal party behind massive blast that rocked several New Hampshire towns. California's public universities to require vaccines for their 1 million students and staff. Senator Josh Hawley pummeled for being sole vote against anti-Asian hate crimes bill. Florida officers accused of issuing dozens of bogus traffic tickets. Florida couple crashes dream home to get married. HUD revokes Trump rule allowing transgender discrimination in homeless shelters. 5 mistakes to avoid on your next phone screen job interview. Alternate juror in Derek Chauvin trial explains what swayed her. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family of 2 killed in road rage accident grieving. Police apologize for George Floyd Facebook post. Vet.org cannot catch a break from break-ins, theft. Gov vetoes transgender athlete ban on sports teams. Army soldier rescues child from Rio Grande River. Groups clean up neighborhoods on Earth Day. George Floyd mural vandalized with racial slur. UPS package man rescues 4-year-old boy when heavy package falls on him. Fetal remains burial bill passes legislature. 11 YO farmer finds success through passion, pride. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Independent Spirit Awards continue Nomadland winning streak. SpaceX hours from launch of astronauts for NASA. South Africa, like EU, moves forward with Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Terrence Clark, NBA prospect from University of Kentucky, is killed in crash. Biden rallies global partnership to fight climate change. High schoolers, let's hear from you. Ohio man pleads guilty in 2016 killings of 8 in same family. Fallen British Empire soldiers overlooked because of racism, inquiry finds. Newborn twins are found dead in an apartment in Queens. Biden, calling for action, commits U.S. to halving its climate emissions. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. California Sheriff's Deputy's 2016 slaying leads to life sentence for defendant. Los Angeles man pleads guilty to murdering sheriff's deputy in 2016. Michigan woman glues eye shut after mistaking nail glue for eye drops, report. Unrest near New York's Central Park as mob splashes paint on statues, defaces property, arrests made. At least 11 children missing in East Texas since March, including baby, report. Greg Gutfeld, time to get outside, and leave your masks behind. Supreme Court ruling makes it easier to sentence minors to life in prison. Colton Underwood's ex Cassie Randolph says she won't comment on his coming out for now. John Travolta says he's learned that mourning is something personal after loss of wife Kelly Preston. George Bush reveals who he voted for in 2020. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, April 23rd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Earth Day, a look back at the first event. Zurich Classic Preview, can Jon Rahm and Ryan Palmer defend title at TPC Louisiana? Stimulus check update, is a 4th relief payment coming your way? NFL safety Malcolm Jenkins opening 1,000 savings accounts for students. Cheesesteaks, French fries to power Philadelphia, new partnership turning restaurant grease into green energy. New study shows negative toll police killings has on mental health of Black Americans. Authorities in Texas find over $4 million worth of meth in shipment of cucumber pickles. Dante Wright's girlfriend Elena Albrecht Payton suffered broken jaw during police encounter, mother says. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. India joins the red list, passengers must now enter UK hotel quarantine. Boris Johnson offers unreserved apology to families of Black and Asian soldiers denied gravestones. Janet Street Porter, how has COVID turned the nation into a bunch of stay-at-home cowards? Donald Trump brands LeBron James racist, divisive, nasty and insulting over Ma'Khia Bryant tweet. Musician reunited with $13,000 flute 9 years after she left it in a cab. Richard Littlejohn, makes you proud to be English, yes, really. Prince Louis beams on his bike as he heads for first day of nursery. Hotel owner forced to keep his business shut during lockdown now fears losing $400K clifftop home. NYC protesters vandalize statue with ACAB graffiti after chaos erupts with multiple arrests. Mother makes a chilling admission as police find her 7-week-old twins dead. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Biden ushers in a new era of climate geopolitics. Canada Supreme Court says Native American can hunt in British Columbia. Hunger strikes like Navalny's are a Russian tradition aiding to the Tsar's prisons. Who is Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin critic who has fallen ill in a Russian penal colony? Navalny signals end to prison hunger strike after access to civilian doctors. Russian troops massed near Ukrainian border begin pullback. Oscar Song Contest, the story of Husavik. Fire kills patients in second India hospital disaster this week, as coronavirus cases surge to record level. Biden's climate summit shows rivalry with U.S. complicates China's green push. Bunny hugger, Greta Thunberg trolls Boris Johnson with new Twitter bio. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Delhi hospitals issue SOS alerts over oxygen supplies as India's COVID crisis mounts. Rape victims in South Asia still face vaginal tests, report finds. Damn, this is a Caravaggio, the inside story of an old master found in Spain. Art or activism, the Oscars identity crisis. Are police the biggest threat to massage parlor workers' safety? Ex-Kentucky star and NBA prospect Terrence Clark, 19, dies in LA car crash. Oxford malaria vaccine proves highly effective in Burkina Faso trial. Chinese Don Quixote is translated into Spanish after 100 years. Gender reveal party using 80 pounds of explosive sets off earthquake reports. The typhoon that hit my island didn't make the news. This is what the climate crisis looks like. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Shock G, off-kilter digital underground leader, dead at 57. Worries grow about Indonesian Seb's crew as oxygen dwindles. Oregon, CDC investigating woman's death after J&J vaccine. California's public universities to require COVID-19 vaccine. Hundreds of theater workers demand change in Times Square. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID-19, India hospital fire kills 13 amid COVID oxygen crisis. Dozens injured in East Jerusalem clashes. 3 abducted Catholic clergy released in Haiti. U.S. President Joe Biden to propose hiking tax on rich. Coronavirus, Tokyo Motor Show cancelled for first time in 67 years. Tesla's autopilot trick to operate without driver. Australia resists calls for tougher climate targets. Afghanistan, have things improved since the Taliban? Africa's Week in Pictures, April 16 to 22, 2021. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Father flees Ethiopia with babies around his neck. Papayhanamakuiki Marine Debris Project, crews remove plastic out of remote Hawaii atolls. If we're not up there cleaning up this threat, nobody is. Team hauls more than 47 tons of marine debris out of Pacific Ocean. Today in history for April 23. Andrew Brown Jr. was unarmed and fleeing when fatally shot by North Carolina police, family attorney says. Protesters rally after North Carolina shooting. Canada bans flights from India, Pakistan for 30 days, pregnant women with COVID at higher risk of death, study says, live updates. Probe after blood clot death linked to vaccine. In California, supervised sites for drug users, and are we beating Texas on vaccine? Oscar nominees reflect on Zoom-filled awards journey. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Here's what it looks like inside a facility for unaccompanied migrant children. Westminster police officer put on leave after video shows him punching detained woman. Long Beach Convention Center opens as temporary facility for unaccompanied migrant children. Paul Flores' father moved Kristen Smart's body from under home, her family claims in lawsuit. Judge's Skid Row order leaves LA officials and housing developers scrambling. LA County now offering limited walk-up appointments for COVID-19 vaccines. Suspect in 2016 killing of LA County Sheriff Sergeant pleads guilty. Ex-Palmdale mayor pleads guilty to perjury in no-show job corruption scandal. Natural gas leak that disrupted Downey and caused evacuations will extend overnight. Anti-Trump protesters sued alleges Los Angeles Police Department projectile broke vertebrae at demonstration. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, April 23, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Ace into waste. Montana tribe provides COVID-19 vaccinations at Alberta border crossing. Stranded sailor allowed to leave abandoned ship after 4 years. Philippines fires twin diplomatic protests over Chinese vessels' lingering presence in West Philippine Sea. The presence of these vessels blatantly infringe upon Philippine sovereignty, sovereign rights and jurisdiction. Armenia goes dark to remember victims of genocide. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to receive AstraZeneca vaccine on Friday. Alberta confirms first COVID-19 case linked to variant fueling case surge in India. CBC News. 18,292 unaccompanied child migrants went missing in Europe, including Greece, Italy and Germany, between January 2018 and December 2020, equivalent to nearly 17 children a day. Investigation finds 1 in 6 were solo and under 15, as experts say cross-border cooperation non-existent. China's Xi welcomes U.S. return to working with world on climate change, thanks Biden. Canada to ban flights from India and Pakistan for 30 days, sources. Scores of Kuwaitis stage a rally on Thursday to protest violence against women, after a young mother was kidnapped and murdered by a man who had stalked her relentlessly despite repeated complaints to authorities. Alexei Navalny calls mass protests in his honor the salvation of Russia. Investigation suppressed by Trump administration reveals obstacles to hurricane aid for Puerto Rico. A watchdog report uncovers bureaucratic hurdles the administration erected for the island to receive aid after Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Australia says it won't be bullied after cancelling China trade deal. UK Parliament unanimously declares the Chinese government is committing a genocide against Uyghurs in historic first. Thief steals bag with 1,700 doses of vaccine in Haryana, after realizing it has vaccines, returns it with note saying sorry didn't know. The next headlines are from Forbes. Jack Ma's Asian footprint, is this the end of the investment surge? UFC 261 Usman vs Masvidal 2, weigh-in video live stream. iOS 14.5, and other Apple updates bringing big changes for the news business. Carrasco caps off Atletico Madrid win as top teams rule on La Liga Week 32. How to watch our live stream UFC 261, Zhang vs Namajunas. Capitol rioters allegedly assaulted DC cops, and then complained about getting pepper sprayed. Even with 36 Oscar nominations, Netflix says it's still learning how to make movies. GOP senator introduces bill to give DC to Maryland as statehood bill heads to Senate. GOP Senator Ron Johnson criticizes big push to get everyone vaccinated. Final slate of Jeopardy hosts includes fan favorite LeVar Burton. The next headlines are from Nature.com. 1 million coronavirus sequences, popular genome site hits mega milestone. U.S. pledges to dramatically slash greenhouse emissions over next decade. Less pipetting and more thinking, scientists carry on through the pandemic. The world's lightest uranium atom reveals nuclear secrets. COVID research updates, previous infections could shorten COVID illness. High-dimensional characterization of post-acute sequelae of COVID-19. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,700,535,782 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Chuck Lorre salutes former WBTV chief Peter Roth, our happy hugging hero. Midnight Sun shines again as K-pop stage musical aimed at cinemas. Did the Indie Spirit Awards just foreshadow a Best Actor Oscar upset? The Weeknd and Ariana Grande drop wildly animated Save Your Tears 2-feet video. Independent Spirit Awards define what's indie TV, I May Destroy You and Unorthodox, for starters. Back Out of Hell star Lena Hall on the genius of Jim Steinman, a writer who saw no distinction between stage music and rock. Indie Spirit Awards give Nomadland a key win and award Carey Mulligan in Best Actress Nailbiter. Shock G, Humpty Hump of Digital Underground, dies at 57. Independent Spirit Awards 2021, full winners list. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers discuss finding happiness in Las Culturistas and working with Will Ferrell. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Columbus activists call for federal probe of police after Ma'Khia Bryant shooting. GOP Arizona State Senator rejects controversial voting bill pending election audit. UC and Cal state systems to require COVID-19 vaccinations for in-person fall classes. Republican Senator Tim Scott will deliver GOP response to Biden address. As at-home coronavirus tests hit pharmacies, what role can they play in the pandemic? People with severe COVID-19 have higher risk of long-term effects, study finds. Overdose deaths surged in pandemic, as more drugs were laced with fentanyl. Vaccine passports, Israel, Bahrain reach landmark agreement. Oklahoma law grants immunity to drivers who unintentionally harm protesters. An overjoyed LeVar Burton welcomes chance to guest host Jeopardy! The following headlines are from The Week. These Georgia fourth graders are planting trees on their campus, and around the world. MSNBC's Chris Hayes drinks recycled Los Angeles sewage water for Earth Day, humanity's future. Son finds a way for his late father to bowl a perfect game. Report, RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel considering running for Michigan governor. CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta says vaccinated people can generally go maskless outdoors, with some caveats. Digital Underground frontman Shock G dies at 57. Alternate juror in Chauvin trial says one prosecution witness really got to me. Biden nominates scientist Rick Spinrad to head NOAA. NATO Secretary General says to fight climate change, alliance will adapt operations, reduce military emissions. Intelligence Director says climate change is now at the center of U.S. foreign policy. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Liz Lambert's new film offers a shallow portrayal of a changing Austin. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Giant planet is found at an extreme distance from its star. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, April 23rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Is there such a thing as earthquake season? Martin Rees and Frederick Lem on humanity's fate. Find Hercules between two bright stars. Saving a humpback whale. Why is Earth Day on April 22nd? The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. White House writes off Johnson & Johnson vaccine after string of production failures. Progressive swoon over Ellison Roland Chauvin trial. White House dances around a big contributor to climate change, agriculture. Biden's sweeping climate goal comes down to one thing. Opinion why gun control is now a matter of national security. Trump group teams with Texas in challenge to Biden immigration policies. California public universities plan to require COVID-19 vaccines. HUD scraps Trump proposal on transgender access to single-sex homeless shelters. Judge orders third Proud Boys leader detained pending trial. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Ben Robert Smith case, media cannot amend defense but can call on witnesses. He's 50 meters away with full auto, fatal police chase footage released. Panic buying starts while Premier delays press conference. It took 50 years to sell it, Judy Blume on her most famous book becoming a film. The sparkling neon heart, vibrant new vision for King's Cross revealed. Accidental emails that deliver wisdom and insight for two women. Masked crusader slots into the Everest before all-aged test. World War I medal lost on a Melbourne beach in 1925 returned to soldier's family. What's hot in new Australian art, find out in the best national yet. 2 men charged for allegedly sending racial abuse to Latrell Mitchell. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Cryptos, Bitcoin drops below $50,000, dented by rising U.S. tax worries. Market Extra, which tech stocks can build on pandemic gains, fund manager Ryan Jacob offers these two names. Market Extra, bond traders betting on hotels or shopping malls now have big data at hand. MarketWatch First Take, Intel's new CEO has another big problem to fix. If ever there's a time for progress, the time is now. Are more Americans supporting black-owned businesses? Despite falling jobless claims, America's poverty rate just reached the highest level since the pandemic began. The moneyest, my financially reckless ex-husband bought a house with our son. Now his business is failing. How can we get out of this mess? The moneyest, my co-worker wants to sell her house as prices have skyrocketed. The co-signer on her mortgage demands 25%. Can she sell without his permission? TaxWatch, Biden has pledged to tax the rich, but precisely how will he do that? Experts consider his options. Market Extra, Ray Dalio is offering everyone a window into their own fragile psyches, free of charge. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Tech company gets costs for tardy govt action in patent dispute, Law 360. In brief, HPE, Facebook, Microsoft offer patent access to low-carbon inventors, Reuters. LinkedIn-backed Confluent confidentially files for US IPO, Yahoo Finance. Transaction in own shares and total voting rights, Yahoo Finance. Ideation, how to nurture a habit for the new in your business, growthbusiness.co.uk. World IP Day 2021, biotech investors must open their mind to different IP strategies, outlaw.com. Aptoran Group enters into material transfer and exclusive option to license agreement with Yale University for its novel immunomodulators potentially targeting autoimmune and oncology diseases, Biospace. Moderna, patenting during a pandemic, MarketScreener.com. Innovation, America's goose that lays the golden eggs, roll call. They've got next, healthcare and life sciences fresh face Diana Wettrell, Bloomberg Law. The next headlines are from Quartz. Once shunned as an international conspiracy, social media toolkits are now India's COVID lifeline. Indian states are trying hard to avoid calling their lockdowns. Japan's global rare earths quest holds lessons for the US and Europe. An Indian court has dismissed Facebook's petition to stop the probe into WhatsApp's privacy policy. Why do so many celebrities want to host Jeopardy? Older people are the one group egalitarians discriminate against. Will other countries copy the UK's India travel ban? The Indian diaspora is struggling to help with the COVID-19 crisis in India. The UK's parliament is the latest to accuse China of genocide. The luxury fashion industry is roaring back everywhere but its birthplace. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Thanks copyright culture, webcomic 8-bit theater releases book with no pictures out of fear. Detroit PD detective sued for his second bogus arrest predicated on questionable facial recognition searches. Do we need to lose the open podcast ecosystem to make podcasting better? European Commission's attempt to backtrack on its promise to defend fundamental rights in upload filter implementations may backfire badly. Captive markets are just hostages, or why your Mixed American League Division Series never seems to have a functioning shake machine. Daily Deal, Kaival Sipovac D6 2-in-1 robot vacuum and mop. Facebook's distinction between data breaches and scraping would make a lot more sense if it hadn't argued differently in court. Biden-backed bill would make it illegal for government to obtain location data without a warrant. Chanel loses trademark dispute with Huawei over ladder's logo. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Anthony Davis. Shock G dead. Terrence Clark. Stowaway. Lil Mosey. Barcelona vs Getafe. Logan Paul. Josh Hawley. Greta Thunberg. Capital gains tax. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Watch U.S. military helicopter destroy a landing pad during drill at UK hospital, forcing facility to divert emergency airlifts. Clashes break out in Jerusalem as right-wing Jewish rally chants death to Arabs, faces off with police, videos. Indian double mutant COVID-19 variant adds 55 infections in UK as strain that evades immune system reaches Belgium. Iowa prisoners monitored after being overdosed with up to 6 times the normal amount of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Strategic pause, Pentagon halts beleaguered F-35 fighter jet logistics system upgrade, citing funding cuts. New footage shows Ma'Khia Bryant say she's going to stab FK out of you, BTCH before lunging at woman with knife, video. Let them take a knee, sports union, German activists promise legal help to athletes sanctioned for protesting at Tokyo Olympics. Battle of the Karens, racial edition, Charlotte City Councilman fired after refusing to call black resident doctor. Oklahoma governor signs bill into law protecting motorists who unintentionally run over rioters from being prosecuted or sued. Multiple rockets land near Baghdad International Airport, U.S.-led coalition base, triggering alarms, reports. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Faith leaders, businessmen, political leaders urge African development, countering China's Belt and Road. How much ruin do we have left? Fake COVID vaccines discovered in Mexico and Poland. Taiwan, the new geopolitical and economic flashpoint. New York City targets 100% renewable electricity by 2025. How to negotiate a significant discount on college tuition. New study shows long-haul COVID-19 can kill patients months after infection. How empires end. Goldman says no surprise in Biden cap gains proposal, sees Congress settling on 28% tax rate. Texas ended lockdowns and mask mandates, now lockdown states are where COVID is growing most. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India's new COVID variant, when did it emerge, should we worry? Desperate hunt for Indonesian submarine as oxygen set to run out. Canada bans passenger flights from India, Pakistan for 30 days. ASEAN urged to consider Myanmar's expulsion over coup abuses. Deadly fire at India hospital amid new COVID record, live updates. Priceless relics seized from smugglers to return to Afghanistan. Biden calls for climate action as she renews carbon neutral pledge. New video shows additional angle in death of Ma'Khia Bryant. Great expectations, U.S. firms beat profit estimates at record rate. Anti-Asian hate crimes bill passes U.S. Senate. The next headlines are from Breitbart. President Trump, LeBron James racist rants are divisive, nasty, insulting, demeaning. Van Jones suggests UK approach of unarming individual with knife, we want our kids to survive dumb mistakes. George W. Bush wrote in Condoleezza Rice in 2020 election. Arkansas bill banning Planned Parenthood from public schools sent to governor. Texas sues Biden for exempting border crossers from coronavirus rules. Black Lives Matter, Nancy Pelosi's remarks on George Floyd so damn disrespectful. Senate Republicans, Democrats meet to discuss amnesty for illegal aliens. Lindsey Graham slams Democrats, if filibuster is tool of racism, why did they use it so much? Ted Cruz, Republicans did not try to pack court, Democrats trying to rig the game. Del Rio border sector chief, high-speed pursuits up 117%, sex offender arrests up over 2,000%. The next headlines are from UPI News. Australian couple's $77,070 lottery ticket spent 8 months locked in safe. Look, animal control officer uses phone to rescue ducklings from storm drain. Airline offers aerial tours of Chernobyl for 35th anniversary. Watch, paraglider's lost sunglasses land in her lap in midair. Watch, Dove Nest takes Texas police SUV out of service. Watch, $46,000 cash found under floorboards of Massachusetts home. Watch, world's longest inner tube water slide measures 3,645 feet long. Turtle crashes through windshield on Florida highway, survives. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Son sells thousands of cheesesteaks to give mom last dream trip to see the Egyptian pyramids. Rail worker who saved child from a train now donates half his reward money to boy's family, watch the rescue. Scientists create world's first truly biodegradable single-use plastic that eats itself in just 2 weeks. NASA's rover makes oxygen on Mars for the first time. Stuck at home on Earth Day? Here's how to connect with nature right where you are. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, April 23rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Video, speedy dog upstages human runners at Utah track meet. 2 officers arrested for allegedly falsifying traffic tickets in Hialeah. Florida couple tried to have their wedding at a stranger's mansion without permission. International Space Station is about to get crowded, and it's running out of beds. Oklahoma politician files bill on Earth Day to ban paper straws. You have states, like California, where the leftist loons have banned plastic straws because they saw a video on social media about a sea turtle that was harmed by ingesting a straw. New York Times, welcome to the YOLO economy. Italian hospital employee accused of skipping work for 15 years. Joe Exotic accepts Carol Baskin's offer to help reduce prison sentence. Dueling Van Gogh exhibits cause confusion across America. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Study shows how dangerously simple it is to manipulate voters and aiders with AI. AI forensics reveals a grassy knoll-style second-author mystery surrounding the Dead Sea Scrolls. The new iMacs have force-canceling speakers. Here's what that means. This virtual training suite trains a robotic arm to move objects in complex scenarios. Are your company values understood, or merely memorized? These $40 AI-powered earbuds block noises you don't need, while alerting you to the ones you do. Excited for iOS 15? Well, maybe you shouldn't be. Jaguar Land Rover shutters 2 factories over worldwide chip shortages. The 2023 Cadillac Lyriq marks the brand's new all-electric era. iOS 14.5 is rolling out next week. Here are its best new features. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Lithium treats intellectual defects in mouse model of Bardet-Biedl syndrome. Ancient indigenous forest gardens promote a healthy ecosystem. Pregnant women with COVID-19 face high mortality rate. Mars has right ingredients for present-day microbial life beneath its surface, study finds. Ground and satellite observations map building damage after Beirut explosion. The science of spin. Astroseismologists confirm older stars rotate faster than expected. Study of breakthrough cases suggests COVID testing may be here to stay. How we know whether and when to pay attention. Using exoplanets as dark matter detectors. Fighting harmful bacteria with nanoparticles. The next headlines are from Information Week. Tech spending climbs as digital business initiatives grow. Building confidence with data resilience. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, April 23rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA statement on nomination of Margaret Voshaus for agency CFO. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man riding electric scooter is struck and killed. Longtime Utah women's soccer coach Rich Manning stepping down after 19 seasons. Photos, volunteers present spruced up farm to widow of North Ogden Mayor Brent Taylor. Utah woman dies after car crash on I-215 with wrong-way driver, who said he planned his actions. Historian D. Michael Quinn, who was booted from the LDS Church as part of the September 6 but remained a believer, dies at 77. Many Oscar contenders opened on screens at home. Here are the films the Salt Lake Tribune predicts will win. Utah cases of COVID-19 have hit a clear plateau, Governor Spencer Cox says, stalling their decline. Weber State's Jay Hill named Big Sky Football Coach of the Year. Craig Smith completes his Utah men's basketball staff with hiring of former Cincinnati assistant Tim Morris. Want consistency? The 2020 to 2021 Utah Jazz are a model of it. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. American honey is radioactive from decades of nuclear bomb testing. Consumer Reports shows Tesla Autopilot works with no one in the driver's seat. Flaws in John Deere's website provides a map to customers' equipment. Man sues Apple for terminating Apple ID with $24K worth of content. Samsung's new upcycling program allows you to turn an old Galaxy phone into a new iOS device. A new Facebook bug exposes millions of email addresses. Mozilla is hellbent on making their new Firefox UI unusable. NYC gig workers are organizing against rampant e-bike theft and assault. Tech giant support Code.org's Amazon bankroll Java-based APCS curriculum. Proctorio sued for using DMCA to take down a student's critical tweets. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Suspect in custody following string of thefts at area car washes. Domestic violence support groups alarmed by level of deadly violence. Local restaurants deal with nationwide chicken wing shortage. Missouri governor signs legislation to financially help adoptive family, foster parents. 10 years later, residents heeded warnings as Good Friday tornado stormed across St. Louis County. St. Louis police raid building looking for stolen goods. Skyview Drive and hosting outdoor proms for area high schools. The step St. Louis is taking on the road to reopening. Late April cold snap may have long-lasting effect on Missouri wineries. 2 injured in fire at South St. Louis mechanic shop. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. 1 dead, at least 1 detained in downtown shooting. Padres hold off Dodgers 3-2 in resumption of SoCal rivalry. Crew 2 launch, when and how to watch NASA, SpaceX send crewed mission to International Space Station Friday. Couple accused of dragging El Cajon officer from SUV while fleeing to stand trial. Gloria joins a dozen mayors asking Biden to be included in climate migration study. Feds prosecute man accused of fleeing Border Patrol with 40 people in RV. Study, babies of moms with diagnosed pot problem more likely to have health issues. Wars to first, California has lowest COVID-19 infection rate in the U.S. Why car prices are skyrocketing, and may not fall for a while. Experts say record-breaking ocean temps are hurting local sea life. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. 63 Russian diplomats to be expelled from Czech Republic as sides exchange public barbs. Russia's ties with West fray further after Czech Republic expels its diplomats. The aristocrat and the Central Intelligence Agency officer who plotted to overthrow Saddam Hussein in 1995. Russia to pull back troops from Crimea and Ukraine border. Czech Republic expels more Russian diplomats in dispute over 2014 depot explosion. MI5 reveals secret to spy success in first Instagram, but can you crack it? Apparently, the post office is now spy agency. National Review. China's domestic surveillance programs benefit foreign spies. Man hides camera in woman's bedroom disguised as clock, takes 140 videos, police. Russia says it will retaliate again if Czech spyro escalates. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russia announces withdrawal of its troops from border with Ukraine. South Korea reports successful development of new unmanned surveillance ground vehicle. Russia tries to jam signals from U.S. Air Force RQ-4 surveillance drone. U.S. Army spy planes flies mission around Belarus. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Suruateo's experimental indie films about artists and dissidents. Shanghai's upscale Vittorio brings back outdated ladies' menu. Car bombing in Pakistan hits hotel of Chinese ambassador just minutes before he arrived. Chanel mocked on Chinese social media after losing trademark lawsuit against Huawei. Lei, the Chinese AI company that wants to rule the chatbot world. Tech is coming for China's convenience stores. Heretic, separatist, traitor, UI activist Hamurad Harry's in-between life. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, April 23, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Father, 4-year-old son struck by suspected drunk driver in Novato. Berkeley police reforms aim to reduce unnecessary interactions between people of color, police. Oracle Park offers special seating section for fully vaccinated fans. 160K children dropped out of CA's public school system this academic year. Las Vegas strip clubs given okay to reopen May 1st. Department of Justice, Alameda County violates rights of mental health patients, inmates. Danville police officer charged in 2018 fatal shooting of unarmed man turns himself in. Gender reveal party explosion rattles several New Hampshire towns. Digital Underground shock dead at 57. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Man shot and killed in Des Plaines area apartment complex parking lot. Suburbanites mark Earth Day by planting in nature preserve, cleaning up park. Man charged in September crash that killed Bloomingdale woman. Has supply caught up with COVID-19 vaccine demand? Glendale Heights candidate lost by 2 votes, seeks partial recount in village president race. Scholarship established in memory of 2 Judson seniors killed Tuesday. Churchill Downs says Arlington Park sale offers expected by June. Illinois House OKs bill to license professional midwives. Chicago seeks developer to open city's first casino by 2025. Gurney approves $500,000 incentive plan to help bring Hobby Lobby to Gurney Mills. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. With just days left in Washington's legislative session, what bills are still on the table? Washington House passes capital gains tax in final days of session, and sends back to Senate. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclones Yuragi 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, April 23rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Terrence Clark, former Kentucky Wildcats guard, dies at 19 following car crash in Los Angeles. Hip-hop artist Shock G, Digital Underground co-founder, has died. Vanessa Guillen vigils mark 1 year since disappearance. Weather experts urge Southeast Texans to stay ready for unpredictable storms. Missouri City grandmother suffers persistent side effects weeks after Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Disability rights documentary Crip Camp by Oakland producers up for Oscar. Conroe man dies after falling while hiking mountain in California. Texas A&M hosts panel discussing new COVID-19 variant. Oscars 2021, producers flip Oscar norm upside down, ask fans to embrace tagline Bring Your Movie Love. HPD chief laser focused on department reforms and bringing down violent crime. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Taiwan reports to imported, 1 local, 1 unknown COVID-19 cases, tally at 1,090. Lakers star Davis rusty in return, scores 4.5 versus Mavs. Spurs beat Pistons 106-91 to snap 5-game home skid. Cubs beat Mets 4-3 on Hayward's single in 10th. Vucevic dominates as Bulls pound Hornets 108-91. Texas sweeps number 1 Badgers to set up final against Kentucky. Bregman has 3 RBIs, Astros end skid with 8-2 win over Angels. Therapy bunny at ballpark brings smiles and is instant pit. Casale catches 5th straight shutout, Giants beat Marlins 3-0. LA star Davis returns as Mavs lose Porzingis in 115-110 win. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, extra, someone skipped work for 15 years and still got paid. Here's how NYC transit system is prepping for sea level rise, and why it may not be enough. Is climate change pushing severe springtime storms, tornadoes toward the tri-state area? New York State is reusing previous year's questions on this year's standardized tests. On verge of retirement, Manhattan to stop prosecuting prostitution. The politics of poverty in the richest, wealthiest nation in the world. Meet the 18-year-old New Yorker helping to craft U.S. climate policy. The big idea: mayoral candidate Catherine Garcia wants NYC to expand commitment to electric vehicles. City settles with pregnant woman shackled during birth, but no discipline for officers involved. NYPD accuses MTA of fear-mongering over current level of subway crime. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Toward a more democratic and inclusive UN this International Day of Multilateralism. Press freedom under lockdown across 2/3 of the globe. Elections could pave way to Palestinian unity, advance peace, UN envoy. Climate change linked to displacement of most vulnerable is clear, UNHCR. Syria receives first COVID-19 vaccines, for most vulnerable. Careers have no gender, connect girls to tech, for a brighter future UN urges. The planet's on red alert, UN chief warns leaders at President Biden's climate summit. Disability in Goma, the power of staying together against COVID-19, war, and stigma. This Earth Day, a people's perspective is what is most needed. First person, youth won't stay silent, says Madagascar climate activist. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Your next, LeBron James threatens cop filmed saving girl's life from teen with knife. Scathing FDA report finds J&J COVID vaccine plant where 15 mn doses were ruined is unsanitary, staff training inadequate. Foxconn mostly abandons $10 billion Wisconsin project. American honey is radioactive from decades of nuclear bomb testing. Report: UK vaccine passports to be rolled out within days. George Floyd autonomous zone issues rules for white people. Jaime's Law, named after Parkland shooting victim, reintroduced in Congress to require ammunition background checks. The Covidian cult exposed, 6 conditions of mind control. Lab-grown embryos and human-monkey hybrids, medical marvels or ethical missteps? The Postal Service is running a covert operations program that monitors American social media posts. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Video: California deputy shoots black man within a minute. Does COVID-19 vaccine cause herpes? Police video shows officer using stun gun on handcuffed man. Is Greta Thunberg a time traveler? Explainer: why is Chauvin unlikely to face maximum sentence? Is Stouffer's making mac and cheese lasagna? Typo in betting line on Browns Chiefs game costs BetMGM $10K. Recall: Church and White vitamin and supplement gummies. Nicole Poole Franklin pleads guilty to hate crimes for running down children. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Stories falsely cite Stanford study to misinform on face masks. Q&A on the rare clotting events that caused the J&J pause. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Stephen Colbert grills Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski on fascist Republicans. Are human-monkey hybrids a medical marvel or nightmare? Documents reveal cops chasing absurd Antifa and BLM tips. We are hypocrites. Greg Gutfeld rips his own network's legal BS, COVID protocols. NC man was unarmed when deputy shot him while serving search warrant, lawyer. A normal summer depends on these key vaccine holdouts. U.S. military, wheel still bomb post pull out Afghanistan. Zappos Goods for Good shop has sustainable face masks, shoes, and more. Sean Hannity drops $5 million on mansion near Mar-a-Lago. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Yankees Domingo German comes up big after rough first inning. Lakers Anthony Davis returns as Mavericks lose Kristaps Porzingis in win. Fire at hospital in India leaves 13 COVID-19 patients dead. Protesters vandalize Central Park monument and clash with police. Watermelon truck crashes on NJ Turnpike, killing 2. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The best affordable telescopes for kids. Satellite skyglow may make it impossible to avoid light pollution. What does Earth, really look like? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Rising waters in Washington, D.C., threaten iconic monuments. NASA rover successfully makes oxygen on Mars. Mars helicopter completes second test flight. Washington, D.C.'s tidal basin faces uncertain future with rising waters. CDC and FDA leaning toward resuming J&J vaccine, sources say. Biden pledges to cut U.S. emissions in half by 2030. President Biden pushes offshore wind as green energy alternative. Life aboard the International Space Station. SpaceX Crew Dragon, 4 astronauts bound for space station. Inherited podcast shares stories of youth climate movement. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. NBA draft prospect and Kentucky player Terrence Clark, 19, killed in car crash. Baby boom, gender reveal explosion in New Hampshire rattles houses for 20 miles. Mother killed 10-year-old son after trying to cut out his tongue, police. Witness says North Carolina cops killed black man as he drove away, family demands body cam video. Ronnie Ortiz Magro of Jersey Shore arrested for domestic violence charge again, report. CIT, Louisiana police officer tases handcuffed man. Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach estate demolished. Pepsi Blue, one of soda giant's most ambitious flavors, returning to U.S. in May. More glaze craze, Krispy Kreme brings back strawberry glazed donut for limited time. Cuomo celebrates Earth Day with NY lawmakers who previously asked him to step down amid scandals. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Guard cannot confirm that Columbus police officer had marksmanship badge. World War II vet pins grandson at Washington Air National Guard promotion ceremony. 53 women officially become Marines at formerly all-male boot camp. Afghan military may not hold on after U.S. withdrawal, CENTCOM commander says. Putting nuclear bombers back on 24-hour alert would exhaust the force, general says. Indonesia looking for submarine, with 53 aboard, that may be too deep to help. After fatal accident, Marines and waterborne AAVs get emergency breathing devices. Stymied in the Trump era, lawmakers launch new attempt to make the A motto gender neutral. Space junk sleuths scramble to collect debris from falling Falcon 9 rocket. World's greatest pizza no more, Anthony's to close last Europe location as AAFES looks to phase out the brand. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Failures before the fires. 1 dead, 1 injured in shooting outside apartment building near Niles and Glenview, police. Police Superintendent David Brown on the state of CPD, if we're going to change our culture, it's going to be because the community demands it. Chicago police shoot suspect in murder of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams after he fled police, tried to carjack family on Eisenhower near Hillside, top cop. Shooter in Lakeshore Drive attack that left Caden Swan, 1, in coma charged, grandmother key in finding suspect, police say. The Spin, Chicago's puppy mill loophole is closed. David Brown marks 1 year as Chicago police superintendent gets full steam ahead on plans for city casino, Lightfoot says. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox acknowledges she did not see video of Adam Toledo shooting or read Aaron's statement before court hearing. Puppy mill loophole closed, Chicago pet stores banned from passing off purebred, designer dogs as rescues. Top cop, Chicago police shoot at man suspected of very violent crime spree on the 606 trail. Cardinal warns Flagger supporters at St. Sabina, stop tactics of intimidation or investigation will be moved to another diocese. The following headlines are from FIS.org. New species of Dumbo octopus identified using minimally invasive techniques. How a space doctor keeps astronauts healthy on the International Space Station. Study paves the way for new photosensitive materials. Major Everglades restoration project to break ground this year. Ancient indigenous forest gardens promote a healthy ecosystem, says study. Machine learning model generates realistic seismic waveforms. Scientists uncover structure of light-driven enzyme with potential biofuel applications. The U.S. is the biggest carbon emitter in history. Where do other nations stand? Climate change, racism and social justice concerns affecting Gen Z's physical and mental health. SpaceX aims for third crew launch hour before Friday sunrise. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, April 23rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Look after my babies, in Ethiopia, a Tigray family's quest. Asia stocks mixed after Wall Street falls on Biden tax report. Murray gets another shutout, Senators beat Canucks 3-0. Fire at Shanghai electronics factory kills 8. Vocabulary, lightning round added to National Spelling Bee. Federal officers seek to block shooting trial in state court. Evidence in Chauvin case contradicted first police statement. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Motorcyclist suffers significant injuries in Santa Clara crash. Mountain View, brandishing episode leads to gun confiscation. Body found partially submerged in creek at Sunnyvale Park. SF Giants Kurt Casale catches his 5th straight shutout win, 21-year-old flamethrower steals show. Hip-hop icon Gregory Shock G. Jacobs dies at 57. Guess Memorial Day gas price, get a free tank of gas, roadshow contest. Bear Son, a life-size teddy bear, strolls through San Jose. Warriors Damian Lee enters COVID protocol, says he's already vaccinated. Swim coach who brought sex abuse allegations sues SJSU for retaliation. COVID, it's been 10 days, do we know what's causing J&J vaccine side effects? The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Denmark tells some Syrians to leave, separating families. Jill Biden to visit tribal school still teaching remotely. Look after my babies, in Ethiopia, a Tigray family's quest. Grant program would boost Maine tourism, hospitality. Queen Creek man facing murder charge in shooting near casino. AP Week in Pictures, North America. New Mexico expands child wellness campus in Albuquerque. The next headlines are from The Intercept. U.S. Marshals use drones to spy on Black Lives Matter protests in Washington, D.C. New Hampshire's Democratic senators are quietly resisting a minimum wage hike. How a Chinese surveillance broker became Oracle's Partner of the Year. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, April 23rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Study uncovers human-to-cat transmission of the virus that causes COVID-19. Malaria vaccine becomes first to achieve WHO-specified 75% efficacy goal. Radar satellites can better protect against bushfires and floods. Using spatial distance strategically with luxury and popular product displays. Artificial intelligence model predicts which key of the immune system opens the locks of coronavirus. Plant provenance influences pollinators. Stickiness key to better diagnostics and pharmaceuticals. Use of e-cigarettes plus tobacco cigarettes linked to high risk of respiratory symptoms. Scientists provide new insights into the citric acid cycle. Common antibiotic effective in healing coral disease lesions. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. One in custody after stray bullet strikes CPD squad car, no officers hurt. Horoscope for Friday, April 23rd, 2021. Teen dies in Skokie crash. 17-year-old boy critically hurt in West Humboldt Park shooting. Hayward's 10th inning walk-off sends Cubs to first sweep of the season. Bulls go back to defensive basics in beating Hornets. Teen killed in Little Village shooting, police. Man dies weeks after Gary crash. COVID-19 silver linings. Little Village activists call for Fox to arrest officer who shot Adam Toledo. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, April 23rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Some Houston Methodist employees say they are ready to be fired rather than get the COVID vaccine now. Listen to the radio. KTRU celebrates 29th annual outdoor show. Best virtual bets, Nuns, Shakespeare, and New American Voices. Live and in person, Houston Ballet hits the boards at Miller Outdoor Theater. Upcoming Houston food events, Derby Day juleps and a chicken cone from Slim Pug. Prison rape jokes about Derek Chauvin aren't funny. Will Porter hopes the second time's the charm for TikTok tick. The next headlines are about world records making news. Fire in India hospital kills 13 amid COVID surge. Live updates, Al Jazeera English. India sees yet another world record with 3.32 lakh COVID-19 cases and 2,263 deaths in last 24 hours, Jadran English. Cycling through the night, Abdullah aims for 24-hour world record, The Age. Bronze Buddha statue atop Mount Fansipan sets world record, Vnexpress International. Minnesota's Mohawk King attempts another world record for tallest hair, TwinCities.com Pioneer Press. Kellogg Company and 7-Eleven team up to break Guinness World Record and donate world's largest box of toaster pastries made with Pop-Tarts, Globe Newswire. How India went from a ray of hope to a world record for most COVID cases in a day, NPR. Weightlifters Lee Dayan and El Zayedjan both score world records in snatch battle, bar bend. Thai Buddhist sect attempts world record with 330,000 candles, France 24. 50 kilometers world record attempt in Gibraltar gets bronze label status says sponsor, Times Live. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Tesla's autopilot system is easily tricked into operating without anyone at the wheel. UK court agrees to hear copyright lawsuit brought by self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor. Look, Apple isn't going to put Mac OS on the iPad. The fantastical first 10 minutes of Netflix's Shadow and Bone are here. In sci-fi short news, an android finds good reason to rebel. The kids are not all right in the Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous Season 3 trailer. Ben Shapiro finally manages to get wood. Researchers take down botnet pretending to be millions of people watching TV. Chernobyl survivors didn't pass on harmful mutations to their children, study finds. Anonymous NetSec officials, the Cuban ray guns are in Syria now, just trust us on this. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nara in Mali at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Astronauts are about to launch on a used rocket, inside a used spacecraft. COVID-19 vaccinations declining even though all U.S. adults are eligible. Mortal Kombat film review, why you should watch on HBO Max, not in theaters. This miniature version of Starry Night was made with a laser paintbrush. Comcast offers tantalizing hint of a future with upload speeds above 35 megabits per second. Cyberpunk 2077 refunds barely dented CD Projekt Red's bottom line. An API that can tell your rev when it's the optimal time to charge. YouTube is now building its own video transcoding chips. iOS and iPadOS 15 will feature major changes to notifications, home screen. Consumer Reports shows Tesla Autopilot works with no one in the driver's seat. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Republican releases 13-page report debunking GOP election fraud conspiracy theories. Republican attacked Cardi B on the House floor, and it backfired spectacularly. Sean Hannity drops $5 million on Florida home, just a few miles from Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. Trump now says racist rants are divisive and nasty. No price has been paid, Republicans who voted to overturn the election are getting away scot-free. Trump supporter arrested after bragging on dating site Bumble about storming the Capitol, report. No Labels organization in turmoil after hiring disgraced reporter Mark Halperin. Trump's depression predictions flopped, and now the GOP is scrambling to find an economic message. Equestrian Federation bans man for using electric spurs, he cannot even watch from the bleachers. High school rodeo club in South Dakota cancels annual slave auction of students after backlash, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Somebody's baby is still not coming home, Mojo readers process the Chauvin verdict. House passes a bill to make D.C. a state. Biden calls to cut U.S. emissions in half by 2030. When will the U.S. end Magdalena Hernandez's family separation nightmare? 17 young people on the moment the climate crisis became real for them. After a century of dispossession, black farmers are fighting to get back to the land. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Looking for a way to mark Earth Day? Try these movies, songs, books and more, NPR. NASA's Mars helicopter makes second flight, phys.org. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Neuromorphic Computing Market 2021 to 2026 leading players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, Clark County Blog, Clark County Blog. Respire RX Pharmaceuticals Incorporated provides update on its development programs, StreetInsider.com. NervGen Pharma announces appointment of pharma veteran Dr. Daniel McCall as Chief Medical Officer, Stockhouse. Chronic pain with radiologic severity in hip osteoarthritis JPR, Dove Medical Press. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, April 23, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO expert debunks Navy pyramid-shaped UFOs. Is the pyramid UFO nothing more than a lens aberration? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, April 23rd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.